Right then, Stu, question for you. West Ham aside, we've shown we can compete in games at this level, but what do we need to do to start winning them? Having good spells in games is one thing, but getting 3 points is another. Now, I read I think actually you shared it, AJ, like a tactical thread from a guy who works for The Athletic who had been watching the Ipswich West Ham game. Didn't read it all because it was boring, so in depth. But I enjoyed the line about Ipswich probably going down because they're relying on, I like this term, suboptimal players to score goals from open play, essentially saying the players aren't good enough to score goals. And clearly, you need to score goals to stay up, Stu. So what do you think Town need to change?
That's quite a fancy way of saying they just haven't got players that are as good as everybody else, which is ultimately what it might boil down to, which is fair enough given where Ipswich have come from. And they've tried to kind of bridge that gap with a £100 million plus transfer window, but that comes with its challenges. Can be really glib and just say they've got to score more goals than the other team to start winning games. I mean, it really does boil down to that. I don't think they're a million miles away, especially when you look at the home games. The Fulham and the Villa games, they could easily have won those. I know that's easier said than done, but I think their general play, the thing that's given me a bit of heart is that they've been competitive in every match. And I'd at a stretch put West Ham in there as well, even though it ended as a comfortable sort of defeat. And the final 20 minutes was an uncomfortable watch because obviously West Ham, confidence was up, had a 3-goal margin. But if you look at, we talked about some sliding doors moments in that game. If the Greaves header goes in first half, if the Delap header goes in second half, it could have easily been a different tale there. So I think they just need to get that monkey off their back now. I think that, it's important that first win comes in the next few games, and that will give them the belief that it can be done. And, hopefully they get better and better as the season goes on, and they can, momentum's a difficult thing to get in the Premier League. I don't think you're ever going to get momentum where you go winning 2, 3, 4 games in a row. That's not going to happen. But, there's no other way of saying it other than they've just got to be slightly better than they have in the games so far in all aspects of, whether that be being more ruthless in both boxes probably is what it boils down to.
Yeah, it feels like to me, I mean, they've already shown obviously that they can compete and got some good results. It's one of those things, if they just get a win, and getting a win is not easy in any Premier League game, is it? I mean, as you said before, Stu, you're going to have to be 100% fighting tooth and nail to get a win in this league is an incredible achievement on its own. But once they get one under their belt and start to move forward, that's the hope.